that premiere tour I was on in Mexico, like it was 2 weeks, 3 different cities. We were showing this movie, doing parties, doing press. Like we're the stars of it. Mexico's like, you know, giving us the best time. And my parents' divorce was happening right then, and I had to kind of complete this tour with like a smile on.
Jeez.
Yeah, which was crazy, but it did keep me like grounded to some real reality, because on that tour I saw like I started to get, it had been a while since I had like had anything to promote or put out, and I saw how some of our contemporaries like can kind of, their feet can lift off the floor. They can start to think they're more than human.
Right.
Ego. Yeah, because like on that premiere, like everyone is treating us so well. We're the most interesting people in the room for those 2 weeks.
Right.
Everything is about me and my co-star Sean, like us partying and giving and making people laugh, and you know, 3 different premieres and all the photos and all the people, hey, nice, and all the dinners we're going to. Like I started to feel my like feet lifting off the ground, but I had this thing that was keeping me real close to reality and what like matters in the world.
Yeah.
But I could see like, man, you get on like a big project that really takes off and everyone's fucking looking at you like this and treating you like this, you might actually start to fucking believe it.
Yeah.
Right.
You might start to
that high horse.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I just felt like that was my first time really experiencing actually some empathy for like, oh, this is how people lose their shit.
Oh,
Like this is how they become those assholes that you don't like, or those just oblivious entitled artists of like,
this is my life. God wants this for me.
Yeah.
I'm built different.
That is what I was.
Hey, we all go through it.
That is how I lived. And then I was like, I can do anything.
Oh man.
And then she learned real quick.
Yeah. Like,
Not quick. It really
not
took
quick,
a minute.
actually. Not quick. It actually
took like a
10 years.
No.
For that to really, but that's what you got to understand. So this is one thing that I heard in program that I think is really interesting. They're like, I'd rather be 10 steps walking out of hell than 1,000 steps out walking in. Right?
Ooh.
Hold on, say that again.
Right? So
Bars. Good
like I would rather be 10 steps out of hell,
Okay.
right? Like, so you're still feeling the
Yeah.
heat and all of that shit, than like 1,000 or 10,000 steps walking
toward
in.
it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's
Wow.
like, that's what I was. And I just kept trucking.
Kept chugging along.
Couldn't feel that hell. It's like, it's getting a little hot out
Come
here.
on now.
But hey,
What? That's just me. No.
I'm hot. Dang.
And then
like,
I went
I
right
am
to that
fire.
right to that 7th circle.
Oh,
it wasn't
wait.
enough on the first
I'm
6.
the devil.
Oh,
Right.
God.
Yep. And then you
Dang.
pass through that trial by fire, you realize you are not the devil nor that special.
Exactly.
Right? And you turn right around and realize God's right there again for you. You know what I mean?
Well, my
That's
goodness,
exactly
Lindsey.
what it is.
My goodness, Lindsey
Right?
Shaw.
That's rough. That's rough.
Yeah.
Shit.
What a
Yeah.
bar, though. I'd rather be 10 steps out of hell than 1,000 going in.
Yep.
What the hell?
Walking
Oh my
in the
God,
other
wait.
direction. Yeah. That's how I
Man.
feel. I feel like I'm maybe like 50 steps out of hell now.
Cool.
Right?
Keep it up.
Yeah.
Hey!
Run it.
Yeah.
Or maybe even like close to like 75.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. My hell was a little different than yours, but it was my version. It was hellish for a little while. Starting from that fucking phone call, man.
Yeah.
That was like the beginning of my life
Wow.
deconstructing.
Mm.
Like everything, just my everything, all my
Wow.
foundations, just family, money, girlfriend at the time,
Right.
identity as an actor,
Yep.
career, just
Yep.
like everything was
Bye.
just See ya. See you in your 30s.
Dang.
Did that
For real.
change anything between you and your sister? Did you guys sort of like have a moment where you came together outside of your parents and had that? Did you?
We always were kind of close, and she had moved to Australia. So it's been hard because she lives in Australia.
Mm.
So we've always been close, and we've stayed close through it and check in with each other. But now the physical distance is so much.
Right.
Yeah, but it changed. I mean, it changed everything. You guys know how I was with my family. You know how my family was.
I know.
You know how tight we were.
Yeah.
Like my family was everyone's family. It was
No, super.
brutal.
I
No,
mean,
No,
you
that,
guys.
I mean, y'all did everything like together, like in a great way. Like
Yeah.
your parents were the ones Not that I was at these parties, but your parents would be the ones like there while everybody was drinking and shit, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
They
whatever.
created community,
Right.
and
Yeah,
I'm so
always.
appreciative that you guys extended that. Like, I love my family group, the community, the broader community, that
Yeah,
aspect that you
exactly.
guys chose to, foster was just
Yeah.
beautiful, and
Exactly.
it
And
helped
it was
me a
big.
lot.
Yeah.
it was
Like
huge, yeah.
my parents really were about that. They really would foster a big community, and all that had to go away. And now it's cool. Like I kind of feel like I'm fostering my communities now,
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
like crafting what that is, and
Yeah, taking off the armor to put new armor on.
Yeah,
and it might
yeah.
be more limber armor where you can get more stuff done.
Yeah, it hurt so bad, but I'm also fucking grateful, man. Like I'm a better version of myself, even though I have a deeper wound in me now. It's like I'm a better version of myself.
What's your relationship like with your dad now?
It's fine. It's distant, but I love him. He was and is a great dad, but now it's far removed,
Yeah.
Because he's not in the state anymore, and I don't keep up with anyone on the telephone.
Oh man,
Even my father.
Right?
Nah,
Yeah.
if it's distant, I love you.
Yeah,
If I see you, it'll be like no time has passed.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Right. That's kind of where I'm at with my pops. Yeah. So I get it. Like I'm not gonna make the effort to call you all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I love you, dude, and yeah, that's it.
man.
I'll be at your funeral, dude. And I don't mean that in a mean way.
I know you don't.
My
I know
dad
you don't.
literally doesn't like. It's not. It's all love there, dude. I've totally forgiven that man, and for whatever path he wants to take, it might not be cross mine like anymore
Yeah.
in this life, and that's actually okay with me. I
Yeah.
really am okay with that. I just want him to be as happy as he can possibly find,
Yeah.
and not to feel lonely, and to know
Yeah.
that like I am always a phone call away. Like you pick up the phone and I'm there.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna keep calling you and have you not calling me back and this kind of thing, but text you when times are important, and
Right.
there's nothing. The most important thing is
Yeah. There's
nothing here anymore
Yeah.
that's making me use like that. I'm using you as a narrative for,
Mm,
or that I'm using you to bypass anything in myself.
mm.
Like I see you as a man who needs love like everybody else, and
Mm.
I will do my best to like be here and hold space for you and for that.
Yeah.
And it's wild, like they're learning so much from us
Sure.
at the same time.
Sure.
Same time. Yeah, just generational relationships. It's like you say, they're learning from us. We have been so used to the role of them being the teacher,
Mhm.
us learning, always being able to look to them, and then when that slowly starts to change, where it's like, okay, we're kind of evenly killed when we're both adults and we have our own lives. They're finally released of the yoke of having to be
Mhm.
in control of us. That's a lot of work for a person to take on, and it's hard when those dynamics do shift, but we get through it, and that's kind of life. Being able to accept people, everyone, including your parents, as people who have their own desires and thoughts and stuff like that. It can be sobering, but it's just the reality. Life is life, and there are some very difficult aspects that we have to come to grips with, for sure. So I'm
Yeah.
navigating my relationship
Yeah.
with my folks,
Yeah.
just like everyone kind of is.
Yeah.
And to be able to put down like any responsibility, like as adults, you can kind of look at your stuff on your own. Like they don't have a responsibility to carry that anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's amazing what it does for them. It's like, oh, your own shit is still there and it comes up, and like that's what it is.
Yeah.
You've been putting that aside for so long, for
Yeah.
me
How
or for whatever.
selfless to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
I found I kind of had to like let them know, like I kind of had to take the boundaries of like, I got this. Like I have to make my own choices as an adult. Like you have to stop trying to control it, even though it's out of love and support. Like,
Mhm.
like you gotta let go.
And it's
you know?
healthy for both
Yeah.
of us.
And not that I won't call you sometimes for help. It's like not that.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
like overall, you have to trust that I'm out there navigating my adult life.
And
now.
I gotta bump my head sometimes.
Exactly.
Mama.
I gotta I gotta bump my head, mama.
Sometimes, mama.
But for real, like I gotta
that.
go make these mistakes, and like you just gotta let it happen at this point.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks for watching this clip of the Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. For the full episode, go check out the Ned's Pod YouTube. And for more weekly bonus content, come join our Patreon. Link for both in the description.